let's go on to another line or another set of operators. Let me call it as the comparison or the logical operators. Comparison operators. For now, comparison operators, and then save it. Okay, so let's say I have again a value of A that's 7 and a B as 3. Okay, so for now I can print A and B, which can be printed exactly from here. Yeah, same as that. Okay, I'll make a few changes here itself. So I'll copy this out over here and I'll make a few changes so I don't spend my time in typing it out. Okay, so my operators in comparison are, I need to check whether my A's, A greater than B is equal to, what is the answer? I don't know. I need to check. A greater than B. Is it not? A less than B. Is it not? Or instead of saying equal to, I'm gonna say is, so that there is better clarity in what I'm trying to say. So you have an A greater than B, A less than B, A greater than equal to B, A less than equal to B, A equal to B, and A not equal to B. So you have all of them. You don't require the last one. So let me just make a changes to these. So these are the operators. So this is just this part of the thing that I've made on this area is just a string. It is just printing the string. This is not doing any operation. The operation is done by this. So this was the operator, greater than operator, to check whether A is greater than B, less than B, A greater than equal to, A less than equal to, A equal to, and A not equal to. Save 1. So A equals 7, B is equal to 3, A greater than B is true, A less than B is false, A greater than equal to B is true, A less than equal to B is 1. It says, is it less than equal to B? That's false. So, because A is not less than equal to B, right? Over here, A is greater than B and A is also greater than equal to B, hence both of them are true. But A equal to B, false, they're not equal. Are they not equal, A not equal to B? That's true, right? So this is about the comparison operators where you can compare each of them and so on. Right, so these are the comparison operators. You can make a note of them. We are going to use them in our conditional statements like if else. Okay, so because this is not a pure Python programming, we're not going to deal with a lot of Python programs, or we're not going to go into the depths of Python constructs. We're going a bit quickly with the Python programming aspect. It is just to get you up and running. I'll give you a few programs later to practice once the operators are done. Alright? Okay, now let's go on to another operator. Okay, the other operator is called as the logical operator. So I'll open a new file and I'll save this as logical_operators. Right? So I'll save them and I will say, let me say your A is equal to cool A This time, let me do one thing. I can make the logical operators right here itself. Okay, but I just want you to know the logical operators require operands. Operands are just like how you have in this particular comparison operator. This is the operator, and A and B over here, they are the operands. But logical operators require operands, which are Boolean. Now, A greater than B gives you an answer which is Boolean. A less than B also gives you an answer which is Boolean. But A and B, they're not Boolean. these operands are not Boolean by themselves. But logical operators, they require operands itself which are Boolean. Okay, so I say A greater than B is a Boolean value or A less than B is a Boolean value, right? So what I can do is I can understand them by saying, okay, let's print a logical operator. I'll just write it here, logical operator. And this is the logical operator and which I'm going to use. So how am I going to use? I'm going to say A greater than B and A less than B. What is the meaning of that? What is A greater than B? A greater than B. What is it? A greater than B. A greater than B. What is it? True. What is A less than B? False. This is true. This is true. And, which is a logical operator, and false. True and false. Okay. Let's also create one more variant of this. Let's say print logical operator and, but this time let's say A greater than B and A not equal to B. Now in this case, so I'll just copy this. I'll say and for, this is the question, right? So you should have the question also in a good printable format for this particular question. Okay, so what is that going to yield? Let's see. So this is a true and a false. This is a true and a true, correct? Save, function F5. Alright, for logical operator for the first case, what is it? False, because this is true and this is false. This is true and this is also true. True and true is true. True and false is false. Are you able to understand? So this is the use of the logical operator, and logical operator requires operands which are Boolean. A greater than B returns a Boolean value. A less than B also gives you a Boolean value, right? Now let's do the logical operator OR. So I'll just copy this down and I'll copy and paste the second line too, right? Now here I'm going to use, instead of and, I'm going to say OR. For the same question, instead of and, I'm going to use OR. Now, what about OR? What will happen? OR is true, if you remember. So I can write here about and. And is true when both are true. When both operands are true. Else, and gives a result of false. That's about and. Let's think about OR. OR is true when any one of the operands are true. So in this, the first case, OR, this is true but this is false, but OR will give you a true because any one is true. Any one or both of the operands are true. So this is also true, or true is also going to be true. So if I print this out, function F5, it will print true and true for both the cases, right? Okay, but what about this one more operator? Let me call it as logical operator not. But not requires only one operand. Not requires only one operand. So let's say for A greater than B. So I'm going to use just one operand. I'm going to say not of A greater than B. Not of A greater than B. Save, run. What does it say? Now, not of what is A greater than B. Is it true or false? It's true. A is greater than B. True. But not of A greater than B. Not of true is false. So not gives you, so when are these going to be used? When are these conditions going to be used in IoT? They're going to be used whenever you need to take a decision, right? Saying some sensor value, saying with regards to some sensor values, when they go up or low below a particular threshold, or you need to do a particular task, you always need to go on for these operators. Okay? So this is about a logical operator. Hope this is clear.